Blend. Blend. Okay. Now coming to modes of reproduction. Sexual reproduction already completed. Modes of reproduction, sexual reproduction, okay. Modes of reproduction. You know, there is a great diversity in organisms on Earth. Great diversity. There are different kinds of organisms on Earth, including microorganisms which are invisible, which cannot be seen directly with our naked eye. At the same time, there are some macroorganisms, including micro and macroorganisms. There is a great diversity on Earth. Right? Every organism can live only a certain period of time on Earth. Only a certain period of time. So that the period from birth, okay, the period of organism from birth to the natural death. Such a period of any organism, that is considered as lifespan. This is called lifespan. Okay? Lifespan. What is lifespan? The period of organism from birth to natural death. Such a period of living organism, such period of any organism, that is considered as lifespan. You know, the duration of this lifespan, it is not uniform. It may be ranging from few days to several years. Lifespan of organism may ranging from few days to several years. Okay, so lifespan is vary in organism, from organism to organism. This is vary, it's not uniform. For example, two plants, we can compare the lifespan of two plants. Which one is larger than the next? For example, mango plant lifespan 100 plus years, nearly 100 years, plus or minus 10 years, 100 years. So this lifespan of
new boy Daniel
please start in that. Okay. Mango lifespan nearly 100 years. When compared to the lifespan of this mango, when compared to people tree lifespan is considered as the longest lifespan on Earth. This is 500 plus years. Okay, 500 plus years. So when compared to the lifespan of people tree, the lifespan of mango is it is less than that of people tree. Plants like say it is maximum. One or two exceptions. People tree 500 plus years lifespan and mango 100 plus years lifespan. That is, lifespan of mango is shorter than that of people tree. Just this is only one example. Lifespan of organisms is vary from species to species. It may range from few days to several years. Now coming to the lifespan of some plants. well-known plants which are present in our surroundings. Now this lifespan, it is in descending order. Okay, maple tree. Okay, maple tree lifespan 500 plus years. Then it is followed by banyan and pinus. Banyan tree and pinus. Lifespan 300 plus years. Okay. Then royal fern. This is also called Osmunda. Osmunda. Lifespan is 100 plus years. 100 plus years. Similarly, rose plant 5 years plus. Okay, 5 plus years. At the same time, banana. This is a biennial plant. Biennials. Annuals, biennials, perennials. Annuals means plants which complete their life cycle within 1 year. That is within 1 season. That is called annual. But some plants they complete their life cycle in 2 years. They are called biennials. Banana is one of the example for biennials. 2 years. But many plants they complete life cycle within 1 year. For example, this is a carrot. 1 year. Okay. But many plants, not only this carrot, there are many annual plants which complete their life cycle within 1 year, that is within 1 season. For example, rice. Already you know what is scientific name of rice? Oryza sativa. Oryza sativa is belonging to family Poaceae. Gramineae. Grass family. Mood pelu. Poaceae. Gramineae. Grass family. Lifespan of this rice 3 to 7 months. There are some 3 months crops and 6 months crops. Maximum 7 months. At the same time, another plant, this is moss plants, mosses. Mosses means a type of bryophytes. Is a type of bryophyte, moss plant. Few weeks. Okay. Few weeks means 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. And least lifespan is present in Wolffia. Okay, this is angiospermic plant. Okay, angiosperm, and only 2 weeks, 14 days. 2 weeks, 14 days. Okay, this is the lifespan of various plants in descending order. Mana telusu. Wolffia is one of the angiospermic plant, and this Wolffia is also considered as smallest angiosperm. What is smallest angiosperm? Wolffia. Plant is smallest. Not only the plant, smallest flower is also found in Wolffia. Smallest angiosperm, smallest flower, and only 2 weeks lifespan, 14 days. But already you know what is the largest angiosperm? Largest angiosperm, not flower, plant. Largest angiosperm, eucalyptus. Okay, eucalyptus. Nearly tallest and largest, 100 meters height, nearly 100 meters. Smallest Wolffia, smallest plant is smallest, and also flower is also smallest, and largest and tallest angiosperm, eucalyptus. Already know one of the flower, one of the plants also produce largest flower in plant kingdom. What is largest flower? Rafflesia. Enter the Rafflesia is a type of parasite. What type of parasite? Is complete stem parasite or incomplete stem parasite? Or complete root or incomplete root?
Complete root parasite.
This is complete root parasite. So Bulbia, this is the descending order of the lifespans of various plants. Lifespan of plants is vary, may ranging from few days to several years. Paper to 500 plus, banyan minus 300 plus, Rye and Osmunda 100 plus, rose plant 5 years plus, banana 2 years, carrot 1 year, rice 3 to 7 months, process of ripe rice few weeks. Smallest angiosperm Bulbia is with the very least shortest lifespan 2 weeks. At the same time, largest angiospermic plant and tallest angiospermic plant is Eucalyptus. In this way, lifespan is vary. దానికోసం ఇదంతా చెప్తాం. Lifespan is vary. Now coming to other points, there is a great diversity of organisms on earth. There is no the organism which is immortal. There is no the organism which is immortal. మరణం అనేటువంటి జీవులే లేవు. మరణం లేని జీవులే లేవు. ఓకే, there is no the organism which is immortal on earth except unicellular organisms. Very, very important. Unicellular organisms. No death for unicellular organisms. They are mortal. There is no organism which is immortal on earth except unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms కు మరణం అనేది లేదు. ఎట్లా అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ Euglena, some of unicellular organisms, Euglena and bacteria. So this type of organisms, this is protist, this is monera. These type of unicellular organisms, no death, because for example bacteria and unicellular organisms, they are multiplied by binary fission. Binary fission means one organism, it reach maturity, one cell, single celled organisms reach maturity, and parental cell it divides eventually into two daughter cells. Now these two daughter cells, they grow and reach maturity. Then every cell also divides into two daughter cells. Like that, every cell is eventually divides into two daughter cells. No death. Unicellular organisms, Euglena, bacteria, any unicellular organism. Okay? Because of this reason, in this type of unicellular organisms, cell division, okay, that is mitosis, cell division itself a mode of reproduction. Itself, cell division is equal to reproduction. Cell division is equal to reproduction. Cell division itself a mode of reproduction in case of unicellular organisms. Cell division reproduction అని చెప్పొచ్చు అక్కడ. ఎందుకంటే one bacterial cell divides into two daughter cells within 20 minutes. Now after 20 minutes, two daughter cells, these two daughter cells, they reach maturity and then also divides by one more mitosis leading to the formation of 2 into 2, 4 cells. Okay, and 4 cells also divides in the next 20 minutes leading to the formation of 8 cells. In every division, number of cells would be doubled. So cell division, it leads to an increase in the number of cells. Here they are unicellular organisms. Cell division, it increases the number of cells. Automatically it increases the number of individuals. ఒక సెల్ నుండి కొంత టైం తర్వాత 10 సెల్స్ అయ్యి ఒక ఆర్గానిజం 10 ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ అయిపోయినట్లు అంటే ఒకటి మల్టిప్లై అయిపోతుందంటే సెల్ నెంబర్ పెరుగుతుంది అంటే ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ నెంబర్ కూడా పెరుగుతుంది. ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ నెంబర్ పెరుగుతూ ఉందంటే ఆ డివిజన్ మనం ఏంగా కన్సిడర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు ఇక్కడ ఇట్స్ ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ మోడ్ ఆఫ్ రిప్రొడక్షన్. సో ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ యూనిసెల్యులర్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ నో డెత్ అండ్ divide by multiplied by diffusion, cell division itself a mode of reproduction. That is the case of unicellular organisms. You know, these organisms, they are continued from one generation to the next continuously. వేల సంవత్సరాల నుంచి ఉన్నాయి ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ భూమిపైన. వేల సంవత్సరాల నుంచి భూమిపైన ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇట్స్ a continuation of all these organisms on earth. How these organisms, they are continued from one generation to the next generation, that is by reproduction. దేని ద్వారా రిప్రొడక్షన్. ఈ తరంలో పేరెంటల్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ ఉంటాయి, వాటి నుంచి కొన్ని కొత్త ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ వస్తాయి, అవి పోతాయి, మళ్ళీ ఇవి పెరుగుతాయి, మళ్ళీ వీటి నుంచి ఇంకొన్ని ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ వస్తాయి, ఇవి పోతాయి, కంటిన్యూషన్ అనేది. So reproduction, it enables the continuity of organisms from one generation to the next continuously on a reproduction. So this reproduction, it enables the continuity of organisms from one generation to the next continuously. But what is reproduction? Reproduction is defined as the biological process by which an organism can produce new offsprings itself. New offsprings. Reproduction is a biological process by which an organism can produce new offsprings which are similar to itself. ఒక ఆర్గానిజం దానిలాంటి ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ కొన్నింటిని ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తుంది, దానిలాంటి ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ కొన్నింటిని ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తుంది. సో రిప్రొడక్షన్ ఇస్ ఏ బయోలాజికల్ ప్రాసెస్. ఓకే, reproduction is a biological process by which an organism can produce new offsprings similar to itself. That is considered as reproduction. Okay, this reproduction, it is directly dependent on, reproduction in organisms is directly dependent on the habitats where the organisms are there. Habitats ante unna area ni batti. Okay, at the same time reproduction process, it is directly dependent on habitats అవి ఉన్న ప్రదేశాన్ని బట్టి and internal physiology. Okay, internal physiology. At the same time, it's also directly dependent on several factors. Okay, several factors, and all this, they are responsible for reproduction process of organisms. So reproduction process is directly dependent on habitats of the organisms, internal physiology, and several factors they are responsible for reproduction in organisms. At the same time, depending upon the number of parents participated in reproduction, based on the number of parents participated in reproduction, reproduction in organisms is divided into two types. There are two kinds of reproduction process in organisms. One is considered as asexual reproduction. Okay. Second one is sexual reproduction. There are two types of reproduction process in organisms. One is asexual and other one is sexual. Very very important. It must differentiate into the government. In asexual reproduction, only one parent. Okay. Only one parent is involved in asexual reproduction. Either one or two parents with opposite sexes, they help in sexual reproduction. ఒకే ఆర్గానిజంలో అయినా జరగవచ్చు సెక్సువల్ రిప్రొడక్షన్, లేదా రెండు ఆర్గానిజమ్స్, టూ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ విత్ ఆపోజిట్ సెక్సెస్, వన్ ఇస్ మేల్ అండ్ అదర్ వన్ ఇస్ ఫీమేల్. Sexual reproduction may take place either in one organism or two organisms or two parents with opposite sexes. This is one difference between asexual and sexual. Similarly, asexual reproduction is a rapid process, speed process, rapid process. But sexual reproduction is a very slow process, very slow process. Similarly, Asexual reproduction, this is a very simple process, but sexual reproduction is a very complicated process. Okay? At the same time, asexual reproduction does not involve formation of gametes, no gametes. Okay? Gametes are formed in sexual reproduction. Okay? Similarly, fertilization does not occur. Fertilization does not occur. But in sexual reproduction, fertilization takes place. There are the differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. At the same time, another difference, very, very important. The offsprings which are formed in asexual reproduction, they are exactly similar to itself, similar to each other. At the same time, also they are exactly similar to their parental organisms. That is an asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, offsprings are similar. Offsprings are similar to itself and similar to each other and similar to their parental organisms. But organisms produced in sexual reproduction, they are dissimilar. They are dissimilar to each other and are dissimilar to their parental organisms. Very, very important. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ ఒకే ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ నుంచి ఏర్పడతాయి కాబట్టి అన్ని దాని ఆర్గానిజం లాగానే ఉంటాయి. పేరెంటల్ సెల్ లాగా, పేరెంటల్ ఆర్గానిజం లాగానే ఉంటాయి. అన్నీ ఒకలాగా ఉంటాయి, పేరెంటల్ లాగానే ఉంటాయి. ఇక్కడ అలా కాదు. Gametes formation and fertilization takes place in meiosis, also involved in sexual reproduction. During meiosis, it may lead to some variations in gametes. So, offsprings are dissimilar to each other and dissimilar to their parental organisms in sexual reproduction, but they are exactly equal to their parental organisms in asexual reproduction. So, there are the differences between asexual and sexual. Very, very important. Only one parent is involved. Either one or two parents with opposite sexes are involved. It's a rapid process, it's a slow process. This is simple process and this is complicated process. No gametes are formed. And no fertilization takes place. Offsprings are similar to each other and similar to their parental organisms, but dissimilar to each other and dissimilar to their parental organisms in case of sexual reproduction. Now coming to asexual reproduction. ఇప్పుడు asexual విషయానికి వస్తుంది. ఓకే, asexual reproduction. ఇప్పుడే చెప్పాము మన characters. All these characters are asexual characters. Only one parent is involved and a very rapid process, very simple process. No gametes formation, no gametes fertilization, and offsprings formed in asexual reproduction exactly they are equal to their parental organisms. But this asexual reproduction, this is more common in unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms. Okay? This is more common in unicellular organisms. For example, protists like Euglena and monerans like bacteria. Actually, these organisms are unicellular organisms. They are unicellular organisms. What about the reproduction process in unicellular organisms? In unicellular organisms, every cell it divides eventually by the process of binary fission. Binary fission, very, very important. Binary fission ద్వారా ఇవన్నీ డివైడ్ అవుతాయి. Binary fission. For example, this is parental organism. After maturity of this parental organism, a parental cell, it divides into two daughter cells. These two daughter cells, they are exactly similar to their parental cells. No depth in the unicellular organisms, and all these organisms they are eventually divides. Every cell eventually divides into two daughter cells. Now these daughter cells they reach maturity and also divides by one more mitosis. So in this type of organisms, cell division itself a type of asexual reproduction, because only one parental cell involved in binary fission. Very rapid process. Offsprings formed in this method they are exactly similar to their parental organisms. So that in case of unicellular organisms, cell division is nothing but reproduction. What type of reproduction? Asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. That is in case of protists like Euglena and Morelis like bacteria, etc. Okay. For example, in case of yeast cells, yeasts, actually these yeast cells are unicellular eukaryotic fungi. Unicellular eukaryotic fungal members. Unicellular eukaryotic fungi, they are also called yeasts. Okay, for example, this is a yeast cell. This is a single cell. Sometimes these yeast cells, they also produce some external buds. External buds. These external buds, this is also nothing but binary fission. But this binary fission is not this is unequal binary fission. In case of Euglena bacteria, one parental cell eventually divides into two daughter cells. This is also mitosis. Equal mitosis. Rendu daughter cells ఒకే size లో ఉంటాయి. ఇక్కడ అలా కాదు. Parental cell it produce some very small buds externally. Unequal mitosis. By unequal mitosis. Like this, it produce some buds. When these buds they get separated from the mother cell, each and every bud it lead an independent life. Then they grow and reach maturity and also produce some more buds. So this type of asexual reproduction. Here daughter cells are unidentical. అంటే పేరెంటల్ సెల్ కి ఈక్వల్ గా ఉండవు సైజులో. చూడడానికి ఇవి అన్నీ ఒకలాగే ఉంటాయి. బట్ సైజ్ పరంగా చూసినప్పుడు దిస్ ఈస్ అన్ఈక్వల్ మైటోసిస్. Small buds are formed externally on the surface of parental cell. When they get separated from these small buds from mother cell, they lead an independent life. This type of asexual reproduction that takes place in yeasts, that is through formation of buds. This type of asexual reproduction is through formation of buds, so that this method, this is called budding. This is called budding. Budding is also a type of asexual reproduction that takes place in yeast cells. Binary fission is also a type of asexual reproduction that takes place in bacteria, protists. But in yeast cells, there is another type of asexual reproduction. This is called budding. That is in yeast cells. Buds ఏర్పడతాయి. ఒక సెల్ నుంచి ఒక 10 బడ్లు వస్తే 10 వాటి నుంచి సపరేట్ అయిపోయి 10 సెల్స్ మళ్ళీ డెవలప్ అవుతాయి. బట్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ algae, very important, and in case of fungi, in algae and fungi, they are actually lower group of plants. Algae and fungi, asexual reproduction in algae and fungi, it takes place by some specialized structures. Such specialized structures are called spores. These specialized structures are called spores. Okay. In algae and fungi, there are some specialized asexual spores. Asexual reproduction takes place by some specialized structures. These specialized structures are called spores. These spores, they are microscopic. Very small. Microscopic means these spores are very small. వీటి యొక్క ఉపయోగం ఏంటి మొక్కలకి అని అంటే they are very small and these spores, okay, they thrive from unfavorable conditions. They thrive over unfavorable conditions. Okay, unfavorable conditions నుంచి ఈ algae fungi ని కాపాడతాయి. They protect from unfavorable conditions. At the same time, these spores are very suitable for dissemination, dispersal. They are suitable for dispersal. Dispersal means distribution. చాలా మైక్రోస్కోపిక్ గా ఉంటాయి. గాలి ద్వారా ఒక ప్రాంతం నుంచి ఒక ప్రాంతానికి ఈజీగా డిస్మినేట్ అవుతాయి. ఎంతకాలం అన్ఫేవరబుల్ కండిషన్స్ ఉన్నా తట్టుకోగలుగుతాయి. These are very suitable for dispersal and they protect the life from unfavorable conditions and very microscopic, very small. That is the nature of these spores. Such type of spores are formed in asexual reproduction of algae and fungi. But actually, these spores are three types. There are total three types of spores that are formed in asexual reproduction of algae and fungi. One is zoospores. One is zoospores. They are also called swarm spores. Okay, very, very important. Zoospores are also called swarm spores. Swarm spores. For example, this is a small cup-like structure. These algae and fungi, they produce very small cup-like structures. This cup-like structure is called zoosporangium. Zoosporangium, singular. Sporangia, plural. So these members, they produce some small cup-like structures. That is called zoosporangium. Inside this zoosporangium, number of asexual spores are formed, and these spores are called zoospores. The spores which are formed in zoosporangium are called zoospores, also called swarm spores. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ప్రతి జూస్పోర్ ఎలా ఉంది, ఫ్లాజెల్లా ఉన్నాయి. ఫ్లాజెల్లా ఉన్నాయంటే ఏం చేయగలుగుతున్నాయి? కెన్ మూవ్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ ప్లేస్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్. దే ఆర్ మొటైల్. ఇవి బయట ఏర్పడుతున్నాయా, ఏదైనా ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ లోపల ఏర్పడుతున్నాయా? దే ఆర్ ఫార్మ్డ్ ఇన్సైడ్ ద కప్-లైక్ స్ట్రక్చర్, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ స్పోరాంజియం. సో దట్ దే ఆర్ ఎండోస్పోర్స్. ఓకే, ఎండోస్పోర్స్ మీన్స్, endo means inner, exo, endo. They are formed inside the cup-like zoosporangium, లోపల ఏర్పడుతున్నాయి కాబట్టి ఎండోస్పోర్స్. And they have flagella, so that they are motile. They are motile. Very, very important. ఇది one zoospores, also called swarm spores, and they are endospores and motile spores. One of the example, some Chlamydomonas members. Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is the algae. ఇది ఒక రకమైన ఆల్గే. ఈ రకమైన ఆల్గేలో ఇవి ఏర్పడతాయి. Zoosporangium, and it produces number of motile spores called zoospores or swarm spores. So zoospores are motile spores, endospores. Example, some members of Chlamydomonas. Now coming to the second type of spores, sporangiospores. Very, very important. Question guarantee. Sporangiospores. ఇవేం చేస్తున్నాయో చూడండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, దిస్ ఇస్, ఇవి ఎక్కడ ఏర్పడతాయంటే ఫంగీలో ఏర్పడతాయి. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఇది ఫంగల్ మైసీలియం. ఎలా ఉంటుంది? దారాలు ఉంటుంది మైసీలియం. ఇట్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ some specialized asexual branches. They are called sporangiopore. Pore అంటే branch అన్నమాట. This mycelium, it produce some specialized branches called sporangiopores. And this sporangiopore, it produce very small globosporangium, singular sporangium. And inside this sporangium, it produces a number of minute dark colored spores. They are called sporangiospores. Sporangium లోపల ఏర్పడుతున్నాయి కాబట్టి స్పోరాంజియోస్పోర్స్ అంటారు. జూస్పోరాంజియం లోపల ఏర్పడుతున్నాయి కాబట్టి జూస్పోర్స్ అంటారు. ఇవి కూడా లోపల ఏర్పడుతున్నాయి. స్పోరాంజియం అనే లోపల ఏర్పడుతున్నాయి. సో sporangiosspores are also endospores. For example, this is sporangiospore. ఫ్లాసిల్లా కానీ సిలియల్ కానీ ఉన్నాయనండి, లేదు. కాబట్టి ఇవి ఏమవుతాయి? నాన్ మొటైల్. ఏమవుతాయి ఇవి? నాన్ మొటైల్. ఎగ్జాంపుల్, దిస్ ఇస్ కామన్ బ్రెడ్ మోల్డ్స్. Rhizopus is one of the example. Rhizopus. Bread molds అంటే ఏదైనా మనం కొన్ని రొట్టె ముక్కలు తినేసి ఓపెన్ కట్ పట్టేసాం అనుకోండి సగం, వాటి పైన బూజు పడుతుంది. బూజు అనేది ఏంటి అక్కడ? మోల్డ్. ఆ మోల్డ్ అనేది ఏంటి అక్కడ? ఫంగి. అలాంటి ఫంగి వచ్చి కామన్ బ్రెడ్ మోల్డ్, Rhizopus. Okay, now coming to the third one, these are Conidia. So these type of Conidias, they are generally formed in, example for Conidia, Penicillium. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ పెన్సిల్ ఫంగి. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి ఇది ఫంగి, ఇలా మైసిన్ దారాలు దారాలు. Like this, here also some specialized branches are formed and they are called conidiophore. అదైతే స్పొరాంజియా ఏర్పరుస్తుంది కాబట్టి స్పొరాంజియోఫోర్ అంటారు. ఇది conidiophore. On the surface of conidiophore, it produces small sickle-shaped single. Externally, this conidiophore it produces small sickle-shaped single conidium, singular conidium, plural conidia. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి, they have no any ciliary flagella like this, so they are non-motor. And these conidia they are formed inside some specialized cups, or they are formed externally on the special branches. They are formed externally on some specialized branches called conidiophore. They are not formed inside a cup-like structure or a globe-like structure, whatever. They are external spores. So exospores and non-motile. Very, very important. Chapali, how many types of spores are there? 3 types. What are the names? Zoospores, sporangial spores, conidia. How many types of spores? They are non-motile. And what are the names? 2 types. What are the names? Sporangial spores and conidia. How many types of spores are endospores? 2. What are the names? Zoospores, sporangial spores. Okay. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి, only which type of spores are only the exospores are non-motile? Conidia. And there are only one type of spores, they are motile and endospores. Motile endospores. There are 2 types of endospores, 2 types of motile spores, non-motile spores. Only one type of spores are motile, zoospores. Only one type of spores are exospores, conidia. They are examples. ఇలా ఇవన్నీ కూడా they are formed generally in algal fungi, asexual specialized structures. So they are very microscopic and very small and protect the plants from unfavorable conditions and also very easy for dispersal. వీటి లక్షణాలు అలాంటి 3 రకాలు. ఓకేనా? 3 రకాల స్పోర్స్ మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. ఏవి ఎండోస్పోర్స్, ఏవి ఎగ్జోస్పోర్స్, ఏవి మొటైల్ స్పోర్స్, ఏవి నాన్ మొటైల్ స్పోర్స్. ఓకేనా? అది మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి.